A very warm welcome to all our viewers. Today we represent you the topic learning. We the student of Raman Global University BSc Agriculture were very respectful for giving us this opportunity so that we can present our thoughts to you. Here the video starts.
So to start our topic, which is learning. So to have a basic idea, when would learning start? Learning starts when we take birth to our whole life and ends when we get to our textbooks. Learning in agricultural field especially focus on the farmer, vendor, women and our new generation youth. Now, what is learning? As it is clear, learning is the process of progressive behavior in an human being, or we can say relatively permanent change that occurs in a person's lifespan. Learning. If we say a particular term learning, which means how we adapt different situations, how we handle it with different time periods, and it changes with changes of our whole life cycle. Now, what are the elements of learning? We can take the example of classroom. So here, learn means we the student as the learner. What are the necessary elements to learn? Which is the subject material, the teaching material, teacher and physical factor. Why these are important? If we are learning in a classroom and there is no room, no duster, nothing, if there is absence of subject material, then we can't teach in a proper appropriate environment. Now, teaching material like notes, the teacher would explain through paper. If we don't take it, we can't be able to revise, and that will create a
Moving towards teaching material. Teaching material are the notes, the subject material which our teacher provide. If it is not there, then we are unable to revise things. Now, physical facilities like our benches, table, if there was no seat to sit, it may be uncomfortable to sit in our comfort zone. Now, again, the most important teacher, who is also known as our guide. If there was no teacher or a professor who could make things us understand, then there will be no subject material, no teaching material at all visible, which indirectly cancel out the thing of or the word learning. Now, we move towards the physical factors which affecting learning. Physical factors, like if we are learning in a room where there was no fan, we may feel uncomfortable, there were sweat and more things which will distract us from studying constantly or learning from a constant manner. And other factors like environment, the people we are sitting around us and lot of things. Now, moving towards our next topic, which is laws of learning. There are two laws of learning, which is primary laws of learning and secondary laws of learning. In primary laws of learning, it is divided into three components, which is readiness, exercise and effect. In readiness, it is the mental preparation for any action that was going to be happening. Secondly comes to exercise, the most repeated thing which we do, we will learn more from that. Thirdly, effect based on emotional reaction. If a person is not emotionally well and thinking of something, he was never able to learn due to mentally unstable. Second, moving towards our secondary law of learning, it was also divided into three sections, which is primacy, efficiency and intensity. Primacy, the state of being first created. Everyone has a thought of like, I want to be get first in the classroom, first in the sports or etc. Secondly, recency. The most recently learned are most remembered. If we learn something in our classroom and recall it by going to our home, we will learn it very effectively and very easily. But if we don't do that and recognize the past thing to learn in the present life, it will hamper few of our learning technique as it was in our previous mind and was not fresh and new. Lastly, moving towards the intensity, we know that the more intensely we or the more passionately we want to learn a thing, the more effective will be the learning. That's all about my part. Now, my friend will continue the upcoming part. Thank you.
Insight learning, also known as decided theory, was given by Wolfgang in 1938. This theory offers This is called inside learning.
The learner considers situation, mark on it and receiving, elaborating it and build to the cognitive structure.
It's not only the sole result of exploration and rather rewards, and it is the self-organized activities of learners which helps them to explore themselves.
Topic was instrumental learning. It is also known as operating conditioning, which was proposed by Skinner. Definition of instrumental learning. It is a type of learning where behaviors are modified by their consequence, which either punishment or rewards. Concept of learning. The concept of instrumental learning. Association, rewards, punishment, voluntary behavior. Association means specific behavior with particular sequence. Reward. Reward refers to increasing behavior. Punishment refers to decreasing behavior. Voluntary behavior. It focuses on individual's control.
Here, today I am going to present my topic, and my topic is classical conditioning theory. Classical conditioning is a learning process where a neutral stimulus becomes associated with an unconditional stimulus, triggering a conditional response. This theory was proposed by Ivan Pavlov. He is well known for classical conditioning theory, where he trained a dog to salivate with the ringing bell. The idea behind the experiment was nobody trains a dog to salivate, but still they salivate when they see the food. He kept a hungry dog in the lab and offered him meat at different times. Later on, he started offering meat to dog with the ring of a bell. He kept on repeating the process till the time when dog got trained in the process called as conditioning in this experiment. Major findings of this theory was Pavlov saying that dogs were demonstrating the classical conditioning theory. Thank you.
Today we will discuss about maze learning. Edward Goldman's maze learning is a learning process which involves circumventivity, a subject being presented. Over time, the learner, if successful, can reach the end goal. Or aim is reached amount of applying by applying their previous held knowledge. This experiment, one of the most experiments in animal learning, is a maze learning.
Today we are going to learn about real and mirror learning. It was propagated by Mondale. Mondale theory is influenced modern educational psychology. Motor learning is most affected for the method of real and mirror. If someone is kept outside the box, a hungry cat is kept, and a piece of fish was kept outside the box to make sure that the cat could not be, the cat could be sufficiently motivated to go out. But the piece of fish was kept outside the box. The cat is kept hungry, and the fish is kept outside to make sure that the cat could be sufficiently motivated to go into action. The box is made in such a way that its door can be opened by pressing an inside lever. Cat becomes rational and makes all kinds of attempts. Thorndike observed as the number of reals increased, cat necessary and irrelevant activities of the animal were getting reduced. The error gradually becomes less till a last real. Thank you.
Today we are going to learn about operant conditioning theory of learning. This theory is given by Skinner. This theory is based on reward or punishment in order to change the behavior of an individual or someone. Or we can say that according to this theory, we will repeat the behavior for which we get reward and we will not repeat the behavior for which we get the punishment. The key concepts of the theory is positive reinforcement. The key concepts of this conditioning are positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement and punishment. Positive reinforcement increase the frequency of behavior, means when we get the positive reinforcement that we will repeat a particular behavior. Negative reinforcement strengthen a behavior that avoids negative outcomes, which means we will increase and repeat particular behavior so that we can protect ourselves from negative outcome. For example, child wears proper uniform so that he can protect himself from the fine. Now we are going to talk about punishment. We use punishment to decrease the frequency of particular, and it is always associated with some thing. For example, mother slapped her child in order to discourage his bad behavior. So don't get confused between negative reinforcement and punishment. Negative reinforcement means to increase a particular behavior to avoid negative outcomes, and punishment refers to the decrease in particular behavior to avoid negative outcomes.
Actually, Skinner did one experiment on that. With the help of this experiment, he explains this theory. In this experiment, we have one box. In this box, we have one rat and lever. When rat plays this lever, then food will come inside of this box. So initially, the rat was very hungry. He was moving around the box. He accidentally pressed the lever, and the food came inside the box. After repetition in the process of the rat realized that there is some connection between food and lever. So finally, we found the connection. So now, whenever he gets hungry, he press lever and he gets the food. Then food is a positive reinforcement of rat.
Is facilitation theory. It is also known as semantics approach given by Lear in 1985. It focused on new ideas, atmosphere, component, no external factor. There are two theories given by Lear: experiential learning and action learning. My topic is facilitation theory. It is also known as humanistic approach. It is given by Lear in 1985. He focused on four concepts, that is new ideas, atmosphere, comfort, and no external factor. There are two theories of learning: experiential learning and action learning.
So let's move towards experiential learning, which is given by David Cole, and he also gave 4 stages of learning, which is experience, processing, generalization, and application. And action learning, whose father of action learning is Raman, and where it says that there can be no learning without action, and no action without learning.
This is all about learning theories, its principle, its laws that was represented by me and my teammates. Thank you for watching.